Have I just witnessed the worst conversation ever to be had? I look disgusting, but I've got to share this with you right now because I honestly think I was stood like this. So I need to tell you. So, just been to B&M. I'm still in B&M car park. And I was paying for my Fairy Liquid laundry detergent. Boring housewife stuff. Shut up, Ellie. Carry on. The lady in front of me who was paying must have been mid-30s, something like that. Anyway, the lady on the till said to the lady, "Oh, are you doing your Christmas shopping?" And the lady was like, yeah. I finished now because it's just me and my daughter, so that's all I buy for. And the lady on the till was like, "Oh, that's nice. What have you got her?" And the lady said, no words of a lie, vapes. It's all she wants and it's all she does. I was stood behind her like, what? And then worst of all, the lady on the till said, "Oh, my daughter's the same. She was 16 last month and I've got her just like a few flavoured vapes." And the lady was like, yeah, mine's 16 too. She's got her daughter vapes for Christmas. She's got her daughter vapes for Christmas. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I thought that all that stuff had came out about how bad vapes were for you. And how, like, children have literally been put in hospital, like, gone to A&E because they can't breathe because of vapes. And you've got mums buying their children vapes for Christmas because it's all they want and it's all they do. Sorry, I thought you were the adult, you know, in the scenario. So you made the choices, but, you know, that's just me. And the woman on the till was the same. She was like, "Oh, yeah, my daughter vapes." I think when I was 16, I wanted like a jumper from Topshop and a Britney Spears fantasy perfume. Not a bloody cotton candy vape. And the fact the mum said, "Oh, there's like Christmas flavours I've got her." I hated that. I hated witnessing and being a part of that conversation. I didn't speak, but I was there and I heard it. And don't buy your kids vapes for Christmas because that is... No words.
There's a lot of parents out here that just have their kids run the show. I think it's quite disgusting when I see kids walking around with vapes or cigarettes. I think it's mad that they're able to purchase them. I think it's mad that the parents would facilitate it.
Are they allowed to buy them?
I mean, you go into some sweet shops and you get the person that's like, "Here, take it." They're not allowed to, but we all know what happens.
Because it's not worth risking your whole business and shop for selling a 15-year-old a vape. Do you know what I mean? But that, I saw that and I was shocked as well because I'm like, parents, I know there's a lot of parents out there who are literally encouraging and buying their kids to vape. And it's like you are contributing right now to an addiction for your child and bad health for your child because they're only young as well. Body's not even fully developed yet. And they're vaping. I,
personally, when they said they were going to ban smoking, remember they said they were going to ban cigarettes, I was for it. A lot of people were angry about it. I was like, why? What were you angry about? Puffing tar into your lungs.
Can I just say something though? Oh, sorry. Finish what you were saying.
No, go ahead.
Did you have more to say?
I'll remember.
Okay. Is that a dig? That I won't remember?
So you need to relax. You actually need to relax. You think I'm coming at you all the time.
I'm paranoid.
What are you paranoid about?
I don't know. Because I'm insecure.
No, tell me. I want to know. Tell me what's wrong.
Because I think to myself, I don't want you to have that thought of me. So I need to clarify that that's not what you're thinking of me. Because maybe I'm projecting because that's what I think.
Of yourself? Yeah,
like maybe I think that I would, because I always do forget things, I would see that as you saying, "Don't worry, I'll remember," because you always forget. And projecting.
You are projecting.
Slightly you was thinking that though.
No, it's actually not. I actually think very highly of you, if you must know. The only person I'm critical about you too is yourself in private. Every time I speak to people about you, I big you up. I'll say nothing negative about you.
I always think to myself, now that I've been a part of your group chat, I know for a fact your mates have been cussing me out in that group chat from before I was even part of the group chat. 100%.
They've never cussed you out.
100%. They would have been sending videos in of midnight rubbish or whatever. Every time I've said something or made a comment, and things, my name would have been spoken in there.
Your name has been spoken about in there before you were in there, but they weren't cussing you out. they were critical of your stances. Actually, Mo agreed with pretty much. I think Mo agrees with most of your stances, surprisingly. But they have been critical of
I'd
your
say
stances.
surprisingly.
I didn't think he would. But they don't cuss you out. Cuss you out when you're there now. But I mean, loads of people have been critical of your stances, but it's not really cussing. I've been critical of your stances. It's not cussing.
Okay.
But just so you know, and just so that you're aware, or you are aware now, you are projecting. Almost always. We clear on that? Bucko?
Just so you know, that was a bad idea.
What was a bad idea?
That whole conversation.
Why was it a bad idea?
No, I can't remember what I was going to
for fuck's sake. You ever been to a UK festival?
Yeah, I remember what I was going to say. Yeah, I have been to a UK festival. Why?
No, let's do your thing.
All right, so basically, back in the day, right, smoking was like, in the UK anyway, was a casual thing. Like, you could smoke anywhere. You could go in a restaurant, you had a smoking section you could sit in. You used to be able to smoke on aeroplanes, you could smoke in cinemas, you could smoke pretty much anywhere. And a lot of parents would just be in their kitchen with their kid in their lap just smoking a fag. Like, it was just one of them things.
I remember back in the day.
You could just smoke wherever, whenever. It was so normal. That, you can't do that no more now. You can't smoke anywhere. It's been removed from everything, yeah? You go on the airplane, no smoking sign is always on show. You go into a restaurant, no smoking, etc.
Good.
So, the whole reasoning I imagine behind that is to encourage people to not smoke as much, or maybe to protect children because they shouldn't be in these environments, etc., etc. You get it? So why is it now we're at a point where we're trying to protect people from smoking that adults are now just giving vapes to kids?
Because they're lazy. It's the same reason why parents will stick their kids in front of a TV or give them an iPad instead of actually parenting them.
Yeah, but a vape is a bit different.
No, the concept is that they're being lazy.
But lazy how? You tell your kid you're not allowed to vape, that's it. Don't vape.
Because the kid will start kicking up a fuss because they've got friends who also have lazy parents who have also bought them vapes. Like, Mom, I want to vape. I want to vape with Becky as well, blah, blah, blah. And then they've got to deal with that. So rather than being the parent and listening and dealing with the kid being a little shit, they're lazy and they're like, fuck it, buy them a vape. That's what they like.
Like, do these parents not realise that there's nicotine inside this product?
I don't think a lot of people realize the health risks that come from vaping. There is a lot of things we don't know about. We don't know what the long-term effects are going to be of vaping. I just think that inhaling any of this shit into you is a bad idea. For me, it's a flat no. I've never inhaled a vape. I probably never will. I took a puff, one single puff of a cigarette when I was like 15, and I never did it again because it was the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted in my life. And when I've gone to Amsterdam, I've smoked weed out there, but I will not smoke it in this country because I know they lace it with shit. Just in general, smoking is just not good. It is just not a good thing. I'm not even an advocate for smoking weed. I don't mind it in controlled, safe environments. I don't think it should be criminalized, although I'm 50-50 on that. I don't know where I sit on it. But cigarettes and vaping, for me, it's just like, why?
You know what it is? There was a point where there was more like normal vapes, or people were actually using vapes to stop smoking. Like, for example, you'd buy one vape and then you buy liquid and you just fill it up, and that was more of a casual vape, helping you get it when you're trying to stop smoking, basically. Right. But now they've just made disposable, really nice flavored vapes, and everyone's just doing it for the sake of doing it. And I just find it really sad when I'm driving and I just see kids on the streets all vaping, and I'm like, what is this? What is going on? They used to have shisha pens back in the day where it was like a slim thing like that, and it was like a mini shisha but like a portable one, and it runs out, which is practically a vaping pen. A vaping pen, is it called a pen? I don't know, a vape. No one was using that back then. No one was using it. But it's practically the same thing. So why is it now that this is just... I don't know how this came about as it did and how it's a big craze, and I really don't like the fact that kids are doing it. And I don't like the fact that people who have never been smokers before are also vaping as well. Like, people have gone their whole lives, good lungs, not being a smoker because smoking's a really bad habit. And now they've just ruined that by vaping. Yeah,
because it's got all these flavors and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. It really, really, really irritates me. And if I'm being 100% honest, for like any of my friends that are watching, it pisses me off when I see people that are close to me smoking or vaping. One, because I've actually lost people that have developed cancer. I have had friends before who have had health complications because of it. And I'm not the kind of person that walks up to somebody and snatches a cigarette out of their mouth. You're an adult, you know what you're doing. But it really annoys me when I see people doing it. It really annoys me when I see certain family members doing it. Like, it's one of the things that irritates me the most, like makes me the most angry. And I only get angry about it when it's someone that I'm really close to. And it's only because I've seen the effects of it. So when they were bringing in the ban, there were loads of people that were outraged. And usually I'm against sort of like banning, that people can do whatever they want, it's whatever. But smoking, there is no upside to smoking. First of all, it's very expensive. They seem to up the prices of them all the time. And you know what kills it the most? Is that the people buying them, for the most part, are people that, in my experience, people that I've known have been going to the job center, right? But they still have money for cigarettes. They always have cigarettes on them. I'm sorry if someone's watching this and they've been smoking all their life or whatever. I honestly, I don't care. I'm being honest and open about how I feel about cigarettes, and to a lesser extent vapes. They are a waste of time. They are a waste of money. They will send you to an early grave. There is no upside. You take a financial hit and you take a health hit. And that's it. That's it. If people that are, they like have an addiction to them, like we were talking about it, and I was saying that like I didn't understand why people need a after they have had dinner. And still, I've had it explained to me 100 times. I still don't get it. And maybe because I only took that single toke and I don't even remember what it tastes like now, that I'm not understanding it. But I just don't understand why somebody would walk up to a counter and part with their hard-earned money to harm themselves. And someone might say, oh, Mike, you do that in fast food restaurants. It's a bit different. It's a little bit different. I can go to a fast food restaurant once every now and then. I understand it's harmful. But in moderation. If I was going every day, then we've got a problem.
If you're going every day, then that is like equivalent to smoking.
Yeah, it's the equivalent. But again, I've been on here numerous times saying less calories, more training. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's your freedom to smoke whatever you want. And on top of that, parents that are giving their children vapes because they have nice, pretty colors, insane to me. Fucking sane. That's deplorable. They shouldn't even be parents. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have, if you're giving your children vapes for Christmas as well, to top it off, shouldn't be a parent in my opinion. Disgusting.
Yeah, no, that's such bad parenting. And I was shocked when I saw that video. When she started talking, I did not expect the story going in that direction, I'll be honest. It's
mad. Apparently they're banning disposable vapes in this country on January 1st, and good riddance to them. And then they should work their way through the rest of this stuff. Puffing stuff into your lungs is not good. Find something else. There's other things that you can do. You might have withdrawals for the first year or whatever. You'll be better off. No good can come from it. You've got all these people around you that love and care about you, and you're there. And then you're going to be coughing up your lungs eventually, and then we've got to bury you. It's ridiculous. And then to have children, you should be more responsible than that. It's the same thing that I say of the gym. You've got children, you should go to the gym and you should eat healthy. You should try, because you want to be there for them. They're now the priority. You're there smoking, not training, not drinking water, eating poorly, and you have children. You're a fucking joke. That's what I think of them. I think they're jokes. Obviously, there's people with health risks that it stops them from doing certain things. But there's plenty of people that are able-bodied, and they decide to start destroying their bodies for whatever reason. To me, smoking is the worst out of all of them, by far. No, it doesn't even come. I know people put alcohol up there. Smoking is the worst. by far the worst. I've gone to the gym with people that have, maybe they drink a bit too much. They can get through a workout. I've gone to the gym with a smoker. They're like, no, cut that shit. I hope they ban it.
I think alcohol is worse. If you're drinking as much alcohol as you are smoking, I think alcohol is worse.
I would agree with you. The only problem with that is that, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems much more accessible because you've got the little pack there. Spark up.
No, yeah, of course, if you're comparing it like that. But the equivalent of putting 2 and 2 together as someone who's drinking as much as someone who's smoking, that's going to be worse.
Yeah, the alcoholism, whatever they call it, is bad. It's really bad. But I wouldn't advocate for a ban on alcohol because I think that can be better controlled. I don't think that it's harder. I think it's harder to control the smoking problem than it is the alcohol problem.
Okay, but like, for example, when people smoke a cigarette, they're normal, they're still themselves. But when people drink alcohol, they're acting different. They act out of line. Some people get angry. Some people get sad. Some people get messy. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more. I don't know. I know people who have like got drunk and then fell downstairs and broke their leg or things like that. Like anything can happen.
No, you're not wrong. It's just that when I don't want to say who it was, but someone that was close to people in my family was just smoking, like just sitting there.
I get it, but like, it's also
away. I was like,
I'm not advocating for it as well. It's a nasty habit, but you do have some people who are smokers, have been smokers their whole lives, and they live to like 80, 90 years old. Yeah. And then you have other people who aren't smokers and end up passing sadly way before their time. Do you know what I mean? So like smoking, obviously it's bad. We all know the risks that can come with it, but there's been a lot of people who have still lived a long life, no problems, and they've been smokers.
The same with alcohol though. I don't know how it happens. But yeah, I'm sorry. That's one of the things where like it's a hard line for me. Yeah. It's not because it's not a snobby thing or I never did it, so I'm better than you. It's nothing like that. It's just because it's people that I care about. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see something happen to them. And we've seen it happen time and time again. It even has pictures on the fucking box. This is what your throat could end up like. And people still buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those mothers are absolutely. If what she's saying is true, and she was actually in that queue, and mothers were buying it.
I actually believe it.
That is mad. That's mad. That is mad. I haven't got anything else to say. That's just mad.